Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Now we definitely need to tell her about Goku as well. His health is high. He fished by jumping into lakes. I said tank boy! I feel this compulsion to protect him. Well, that was sooner than I expected. We got another Hercule exhibit. So I guess when going to the cafe isn't going to be out of the way for Gohan, we have two exhibits we can now take back. But again, Gohan's main priority right now is the World Martial Arts Tournament because he agreed to competing so that Videl would keep his identity a secret. And actually, come to think of it, that was not the only promise that Gohan made. Specifically in the anime and manga, Gohan also promised that he would teach Videl how to control her ki, because she has no idea how on earth Gohan can fly, but he can do it, and everything about him isn't a myth, so she wants to understand it. That is her condition. She wants to learn how to fly. And Gohan does promise to teach her that while he is training with Goten. And you've got this really humbling moment that I think truly explains why Gohan is the kind of character he is, where he just gets really down to earth with Videl and explains ki as a form of, tapping into your innermost desires and what makes you happy and all of that stuff. And it feels kind of Disney-esque, kind of Peter Pan, I believe I can fly kind of thing, but it really humanizes him, and I think it very much brings him in that down-to-earth quality that makes him such a likable character in, the Cell Games arc and the very first arc as well. Like, that is still present in Gohan. His humility, his human nature, that is still part of him, and I really love that arc especially. I keep forgetting if I've scanned Goten already. Okay, I think I have. Cool beans. Alrighty, bro, I need your help. You see that pile of rocks? I want you to throw those at me and dodge them. Yes. Two Saiyan warriors. This is how they're gonna train. You want me to hit you with rocks? If you can, think of it as a game. It's a great drill. It sharpens intuitive reaction and teaches you how to act when you don't have time to think. I love how Gohan just breaks down training to a very human level. But yeah, Gohan turns Super Saiyan for the first time in, 2 episodes, I think? Alright, start throwing at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! And this is actually kind of deceptively hard, and it is very easy to get yourself locked in a corner where Goten can hit you. But fingers crossed, that actually didn't go too badly. Knowing my luck, I'm now going to actually get hit by a rock when I'm... Gosh dang it! Oh, he got me. And then the rock cycle. See? This is getting a little bit ludicrous. And not the band. I'm freaking it. Gosh dang it. Gosh. Wow, you've got quite an arm on you. Hey Gohan, since Mom isn't here, is it okay if I become like you? Excuse me, Goten? What do you mean, like me? Well, when you have the golden hair and the super strength, I want to become a Super Saiyan. Goten, aren't you a bit young for this? I was twice your age, but this was exactly what I was saying. Of course, I was the youngest Super Saiyan ever. Maybe I'll start teaching you when you're older. And okay. It looks to me like Goten's been eating his Weet-Bix. Goten's a freaking Super Saiyan and he's younger than Gohan. Mom taught me when you were studying all the time. Taught? I think you'll find at the source material you just did it when you were training and she got very angry with you. Mom said I shouldn't turn into a Super Saiyan anymore. She called me a monster. Don't worry about that too much. You're not a monster, but let's just keep this between us, okay? Say, how about we do a little sparring? And he got a punch off on me right as the dialogue box ended. Dang it, Goten. This battle has only begun. Alright, this is what you get for getting a pot shot on me, mister. I've been beating up ruffians all day. I've had no time for this. That was great, let's keep going. And so they continue to train through the night. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Trunks are training in the gravity chamber. Perhaps you should rest, Trunks. 150 times gravity is a man's training level. You're clearly still a child. I guess it's sort of difficult. I guess I'll just have to go. Of course, because Goten's turned Super Saiyan, and so has Trunks. And he's just running circles around Vegeta. Did I miss something? When was the transformation to the legendary warrior of the Saiyan race reduced to a child's plaything? This is... Gotta love Trunks and his boisterous energy. Come here, son. Can the youngest child of Kakarot also turn into a Super Saiyan? Gotta love how Trunks knows this and Gohan only just found out. Of course, because it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale. Dad, since I can become a Super Saiyan, can I enter the World Tournament? Oh, so you think now you can enter the World Tournament? The arrogance. I mean, he gets it from you. Fine, if you can hit me, I'll let you enter. Gosh dang it. Trunks is unlocked, and I was hoping I could follow in Goten's steps and just get a pot shot on him right at the start there. I have in the past been able to time it that if I mash the A button enough, when the text box disappears, I've been able to punch Vegeta right off the bat. Alright, we just keep mashing the A button. Come on, fingers crossed. Yes, got him! They also set you up with a very small energy bar here, which makes your window of opportunity very tiny, so this might end up getting montaged together because it is very easy to get outrun by Vegeta. There we go. Oh! Golly! He got a pot shot back on me. Ow! You didn't say you'd hit back! I never said I wouldn't, did I? No, but... Dry your tears! We're going to the pub! This is Vegeta being a parent. But on the upside, you did see him getting very concerned for his son when he was training. This is the kind of dynamic that Vegeta has now that he's sort of mellowed. Here we are, Trunks, just as promised, but don't have too much fun. If you're really serious about entering the World Tournament, I'd do some training if I were you. I want you to be stronger than Kakarot's boy. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. This is a healthy relationship for Vegeta to have with Trunks, which really polarizes how his relationship was with Future Trunks last game. He's actually gained a sense of humility and a softer side through actually raising his son. You probably didn't know that you can use save circles to change your character. Alright, go have fun and play, but don't forget what I told. See, this is a very different Vegeta to what we had last game, and in the first game. He has truly come around, and as a dad figure, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. Go see your mother when you're ready to go to the World Martial Arts Tournament. This is a very reserved Vegeta compared to how he was. But yeah, so now we finally have access to a secondary character, meaning we can switch back to Gohan and fix up that Super Saiyan thing, because that's going to be wasting energy the longer he's doing it. Now that is one thing that is different to Legacy of Goku too. When you switched characters, if a character was Super Saiyan, it immediately would power them down, and then empty the triangle as well. But because of the fact that you've got a different energy bar altogether for Super Saiyan, it means that in Buu's Fury, you can actually hold on to the Super Saiyan form while that character is switched out. Now, what I'm going to do before anything else is I am actually going to use Trunks for a little bit and take Vegeta's advice. And I'm actually going to be training up Gohan and Trunks for the World Martial Arts Tournament. He still has Burning Attack, which means he can paralyze enemies. They don't do the glowy thing anymore when enemies are paralyzed, but it is a lot faster. It still consumes a lot of energy. Oh, another ice ball to replace the many that Gohan ate for lunch. But it is fairly quick, and that is its greatest strength. Now, unlike Future Trunks, young Trunks here doesn't have the sword yet. Out of all of the attacks that Trunks has ever had, I will definitely say Flame Kamehameha is probably one of my favorites. It's basically like if you're playing as Fire Kirby. It's very simple, but oh, it looks so cool, and okay, yeah, I hit a blind spot in terms of that Bandit's hitbox, but just the way hang on, I still haven't put across, I knew I'd forgotten something. I hadn't put across the points for Gohan from his last level up before he went to get trained with Goten. But yeah, so Flame Kamehameha makes up for the lack of Sword Blast, and I really do like it as an attack. We never actually saw Future Trunks get his sword, and that does actually come into play in one of the other movies. I believe it's Wrath of the Dragon, which actually gives young Trunks an opportunity to actually receive it in this timeline. which does actually have continuity in regards to what happens after Dragon Ball Z, regardless of which way you look at it and which one you treat as canon, which I really love, because finding out the origins of Trunks' sword is actually really cool, and the fact that it ties into present-day Trunks. Tapion, you may not be canon, but as far as I am concerned, you gave Trunks his sword, and that is all I need to actually care about you as a character, bare minimum. But for the most part, what I'm going to be doing with Trunks and Gohan now is I'm going to be clearing the map of all of these submarines and airships, and then I'm going to go back to East District 439, and I'm going to get both of them to level 70. Getting them both to level 70 now avoids me having to do grinding later. I'll cut in anything that's important, and I will see you guys when we max out levels. There we go. Trunks is now level 70. Perfect. Okay, so I want to put those two in power, and now to do the same thing for Gohan. Yeah, don't punch things when you're sitting on the save point. That's a little bit silly. There we go. Now Gohan as well is level 70. And that means we just gotta fill in that last set of points there and make our way over to Capsule Corp. By which I mean going to Hercule City so we can finally drop off these Hercule exhibits, because quite frankly, they are weighing us down. Yes, there you go. Have your 2 exhibits. Ta-ta. We have a tournament to go to. I will say one kind of annoying thing is that when you do turn Super Saiyan, when you go over to a world map sign, it does just power you down before you go to the map. But keep that in mind, I know there is a way to end up on the world map as a Super Saiyan, though it can crash the game. But I know it can be done. I will say that with absolute certainty. Alrighty, with all of that schmozzle out of the way, time to head to Capsule Corp and properly save before doing anything else. Like I was saying, head to the World Martial Arts Tournament. Yes, Bulma, we're ready to go. Let's get going. We don't want to be late to see Goku. Indeed. I just love the fact we actually get to see something come out of a capsule. We've collected capsules as upgrade items before, but we've never seen something come out of it. I've ridden on slugs faster than this vehicle. Oh. Thank you, Bulma. This goes for Goten and Trunks as well. I think we should all agree not to go Super Saiyan at the tournament. Gohan brings up a very good point, considering you could easily identify the Gold Fighter from that. And Bulma makes another good point. This way no one would recognize you guys from the Cell games. If they did, journalists would get your names off the entry forms and there would be TV cameras all over our front lawn. Even if they didn't know that these guys beat Cell, journalists would still want to know. When the journalists come, we'll just destroy them! Okay, Vegeta hasn't softened completely. I'm serious, Vegeta. This could be a big problem. Fine, it's settled then. There will be no Super Saiyan transformations in the battles. I'll still have the advantage. The ego is also not completely gone. Maybe this will all stand a chance. Fighting a Super Saiyan is like fighting a steamroller with your hands. Oh, Krillin. What an interesting analogy. And here we are finally at Papaya Island for real. And look who it is. Thanks, Baba. See you later. For the first time in 7 years, the Z Warriors are all back together again. But will the World Martial Arts Tournament go off without a hitch? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.